Stand. Sit. Sit down. And do not get back up.
Could you do something to this cuff, bro?
No.
This right cuff?
I ain't got no handcuffs. It's fine.
Markeith is obviously agitated enough to act out defiantly, refusing to listen to orders. This return to a confrontational aspect is once again altering the state for the interrogation to come. This is a fascinating change in the dynamic between prisoner and keeper.
The right cuff, the left cuff, right?
They're fine.
Cuff, right.
Do you have gloves? Do you guys have a...
It's cut off circulation.
That's gonna be scrap. Bring us a cup. Bring a box. Yeah. Yeah, honey.
But it's cut off my circulation. I feel my hands swelling up, my whole hand swelling up, bro.
Tensions are high, and after waiting a few minutes in silence, Markeith starts asking who is in charge here, which is an attempt to regain control of the situation by going to the top. This method almost always fails in detention conditions such as this one. Soon, two men walk in the room.
Markeith, I'm Detective Cadis with Orlando Police.
This right coach.
We'll talk about that here in a second. Okay. Can you sit up and tell me your name?
This is the start of the baseline process, wherein the interrogator starts to get an idea of the suspect's demeanor and reactions when answering simple questions. This will later be used to help discern untruthful answers.
No, you're kidding me. I'm telling you, because I'm with blood circulation.
Okay. We can work on that. Let me see the handcuffs.
The detectives finally address the suspect's handcuffs, as it seems obvious that his focus will remain on the pain he is in until it is dealt with, making the interrogation more difficult for them. They appear to loosen the handcuffs, but still don't remove them.
I can see space in the handcuff. I can see space between the skin there.
I'm gonna open up. Listen, I'm gonna open up just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
This time, when Markeith brings up the cuffs, one interrogator is attentive and helpful, sending the message that he cares about Markeith's well-being. This is magnified when the cuffs are finally loosened a bit. There are upwards of 4 officers in the interrogation room. The door is open and more officers are standing in view in the hallway, which is also unusual. Generally, only 1 to 2 officers are in the room for an interrogation. Leaving an interrogation door open is also rarely seen.
You gotta get to it, man. You gotta get to it.
Oh,
You're a pretty bulky guy, so... Come on, man. It ain't nothing, bro. Nothing but a thing. What's wrong with you? No, what are you okay? Right there, man. That's all you get right there, okay? If you move it, it's gonna turn up.
Yeah. Oh, since you didn't even feel it, didn't even move that motherfucker. She killed me, bro.
Alright, this one I'm gonna do real quick, man. Face me. Face me. Face me, Markeith. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe a little of your face, alright? I don't think that's gonna do much, but... I'm only gonna do, look up a little bit.
Loosening Markeith's cuffs and wiping his face is done with the purpose to get him to focus on the case, instead of the handcuffs and injuries and blood on his face. These actions could also be a way to exert control and dominance over him, as he is unable to wipe his own face and needs to rely on them to do so.
That hurt? Alright, you good? Okay, I'm good too. I did a little bit, man. We'll get the rest in a little bit, okay?
Markeith is in bad shape, with blood all over his face. He'll explain the reason for this shortly. But first, the interrogation begins.
This is Detective Cadis, 12277, reference case number 2017-11345. Date today is January 17th, 2017. Time is 19:54 hours. We're in CID interview room number 5. Markeith, give me your name and date of birth again.
I am Loyd 10875.
Okay, Markeith, listen up real quick. Right now you're under arrest, okay?
Markeith has read his Miranda rights, and the interrogators confirm that he understands them before proceeding.
Anyone threaten you or promise you anything right now to get you to talk to us?
No, sir.
Okay. Also in the room,
The door is still open when the officers Mirandize him, with officers still standing watching from the hall. Generally, the door is closed to give the suspect a feeling of privacy, and so there are less distractions from the interrogation.
This is Detective Danny Garcia Pagan with the Orange County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit.
Okay.
The technique that will primarily be used here is the Reed interrogation method, though there are some hints of the UK-originated peace method early on as well.
Markeith, you know why you're here tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us why you think you're here tonight?
Detectives begin with the Reed technique of positive confrontation by saying, "You know why you are here tonight." This statement isn't aggressively delivered, but is presented as an assumption of guilt toward the suspect. They speak to him in a neutral, almost friendly tone, so as not to discourage him from speaking at first. If this method doesn't work, the officers will likely move on to a more confrontational demeanor.
You've obviously been hiding for quite a while. You've been running from place to place. You're in custody tonight for obviously a pretty serious offense. Can you tell us why you're in custody tonight?
What am I in custody for?
You're in custody for homicide, okay? All right.
Officers ask him next where he was today in order to begin to establish a timeline and get him talking. Once they get a suspect talking, it's easier to keep them talking.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm up right now.
Markeith.
Okay, Markeith, just talk to us. Sit up a little bit. You're not that fucked up. You can talk. Okay? Sit up and talk to us a little bit. This is in reference to a homicide that occurred about a week ago. And you know the one we're talking about. You've been running for a reason. You've been all over the news. You're well aware of why we've been looking for you.
I'm running because the news because y'all making up stories.
While positive confrontation can often make suspects feel backed into a corner, Markeith is deflecting this by acting oblivious, engaging in denial and claiming fabrication of stories against him.
Tell us what story we're making up and tell us why it shouldn't be believed.
I just came to the house, started shooting Sade, that's a complete lie.
You just what?
That's a complete lie.
What is?
That I just came to the house and shot Sade, that's a complete lie.
Okay.
Sade is 24-year-old Sade Dixon, a mother of two and Markeith's former girlfriend. They met on Facebook sometime after he was released from prison in 2014. Despite their 17-year age difference, the pair got along well for a while and were happily looking forward to a future together. But then they got into a fight. You see, Sade was pregnant. In fact, just a few days before their argument, she and Markeith had laughed and smiled with one another at a sonogram appointment. Markeith seemed excited to raise this child and support his girlfriend as they started a family together. But underneath the surface, there were a few things he wasn't happy about. Rest assured, we're going to dive way deeper into the bizarre thoughts and behavior Markeith started to exhibit. But for now, what you need to know is that the relationship started to crumble primarily because of one big thing: trust. The pair's romance would reach its breaking point in December of 2016. At this time, Sade was about 12 weeks pregnant. On the 10th, Sade moved back into her parents' home, not saying much about the falling out with Markeith, but she did reveal that he had bitten her during a fight. Her family had to take her to the doctor for a tetanus shot. 3 days later, on the 13th, Sade is at the home around 9 p.m. when Markeith shows up, and she goes outside to talk with him. An argument ensues, with Sade's brother Ronald coming outside at some point to intervene. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Sade's family heard gunshots and came outside to find Sade and Ronald lying on the ground and Markeith running towards his car. Sade received wounds that were fatal. She was shot 8 times, losing not only her life, but the life of the unborn child that she was carrying. Miraculously, Ronald survived, which meant he lived to tell the tale of that horrific shooting. And you'll see when we get to the trial that the only 2 surviving witnesses to see what occurred that night, Markeith and Ronald, tell very different versions. As Markeith went on the run, the news was spreading the story of the shooting, which brings us back to him sitting in the interrogation room.
I have back-to-back meetings, I can't find my notes, and I haven't had coffee.
Man, I wouldn't want to be you.
Insisting to officers that the narrative the media has been circulating is a complete lie.
Listen to me, man. It's been a long freaking month. We've been running around doing a lot of different things. Understand that I'm here just as tired as you are, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been racking my brains, man. You've been doing pretty good for a month. You got me for a month. or right here sitting now, dude, we're gonna go ahead and clarify some things. If I'm wrong about something, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. But it's up to you to clarify what's been going on. Sit up, man. I'm trying to give you some respect, man. See, in the street, it goes like this. In the street, Markeith wants respect, and he wants everybody to give it to him. And guess what? I'm gonna give it to you whether you deserve it or not.
The interrogator takes a clarification approach. This is suggestive of the account part of the peace interrogation method. The peace interrogation method is a less confrontational interview and interrogation method than the Reid technique. The method stands for preparation and planning, engage and explain, account, closure, and evaluate, peace. Under the peace method, investigators allow a suspect to tell his or her story without interruption before presenting the suspect with any inconsistencies or contradictions between the story and other evidence.
But right now, you know what I need? I need you to give me a little bit, because I deserve it. Okay? I'm here giving you all the respect in the world.
Highest respect.
Okay, well, all I want to do is talk to you and figure something.
It's police brutality, and I ain't dead.
But you know what happened to Sade? That was bad too.
Markeith's body language during the interrogation is very closed off. Not only is he hunched over, but he is also avoiding eye contact by keeping his gaze on the table or the wall. He's in a defensive position, almost as if he's trying to protect himself.
So if you can explain to me what happened, maybe I can understand it. Because I'm looking at you like you did something wrong, and if you didn't do something wrong, then you gotta explain it to me.
Yeah, y'all know what happened. Sade put a gun on me. Y'all know what happened. Y'all got the gun.
Who's gonna tell me that if it ain't you? You're the only one that was there. You, Sade, Ronald, all the people. But I wasn't there. And right now, how we're gonna clarify these things is you telling me what happened. Because I don't want to guess anymore.
The officer is trying to get Markeith to talk by presenting the conversation as an opportunity for him to simply explain the real story or clarify the facts to clear up any lies in the media.
I want to be right. And I want to write the story that you tell me is your story. You control that.
He shifts back to the Reid technique here. Step 3, trying to minimize suspect denials.
Because you're the one that was there. But a lot of things have happened since December 13th, man. And only you can clarify that. See, I'm not sitting here. He's not sitting here. We're not playing with you. All we want to know is the truth. We're here already, man. This part of the story is already written.
Reid step 1, positive confrontation, involves advising the suspect that evidence has led the police to them and offering an opportunity to explain why the offense took place. That's what we're seeing here.
We're gonna move forward from here. You write the rest. But what I don't want is for me to give you respect and for you to treat me like I'm a punk. You can't even sit up and look at me.
Peace steps 2 and 3 are engage and explain, establishing rapport, and account, which again is obtaining a full account of events from the subject before asking questions. For step 2, interviewers should use active listening to establish a rapport with the suspect, taking the time to explain the background, goals, and expectations of the interrogation, while encouraging the individual to speak up with any of their own relevant comments. The officer is trying to build rapport with Markeith by speaking slang to him and offering the idea of mutual respect, which is often a big deal on the streets. The officer is trying to be relatable to the suspect to gain his trust.
Bro, y'all just beat my ass. I don't want to hear this shit.
Keith, ain't nobody in this room beat your ass.
This
is your opportunity. This is the opportunity you have right now.
Just beat my ass. I ain't coming here like this.
This is your opportunity right now to tell us the story, what happened, and tell us what happened.
The detectives tell him this is his opportunity to speak, making it seem like it's in his best interest to do so. This is almost never the case. Suspects are always better off not saying anything and getting an attorney, even when innocent of any crimes. Some people think asking for an attorney makes them look guilty. This may be how it appears, but it's always the smartest decision.
Okay, so right now I want to give you what you deserve. So why don't you talk to me and tell me what's up, man? You've been running for a little while. We've been talking to a lot of people, and you know it, man. Your face has been all over the TV.
We're going to stay out here. We're not fucking with nobody.
So what happened with Sade? I know she got in your face. I know she said some things to you that you didn't like.
The officers now use both minimizing techniques and offer him theories of justification for his actions. This is another implementation of the Reid technique and makes it seem like they understand why he reacted the way he did.
I broke up with Sade.
Because why?
Because she was lying about smoking.
Because she was pregnant with your baby and you told her to stop smoking because that's bad for the baby.
She was lying about smoking.
Yeah, so I know that. But tell me what else happened. Why got to the point that you had to do what you had to do? If you have to defend yourself, then you need to tell me, man.
The officer throws out the suggestion of self-defense to try to see if that will elicit a confession. This is the theme development step in the Reed method, where they begin formulating a defense or justification for the suspect, so they will more readily admit to a crime thinking they have a defense.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our
Y'all know Sade when he got a gun. Y'all got a gun.
What happened downstairs?
She when he got a gun, her brother ended up coming out and he jumped on me. That's how it happened.
Which one, the older brother or the younger brother? Because she's got two
The
brothers.
older brother and the younger brother got dropped out while man was outside talking, so all that about me just coming there and shooting up the place, that's a lie.
That's not what's being written.
That was been
No. I'm telling you, I wrote it.
I'm seeing it on news myself.
Markeith, forget the news. The news put in there whatever they want to put in there. I'm telling you, I'm the one who wrote it.
That's what they did. That's what they said.
No, that's what the news are saying. They're gonna fill in the
I
blanks.
just came to the door, started shooting Sade. That's a lie.
That's not what was written. Okay, I'm telling you, I wrote it, and that's not what was written.
That's what the news said.
I don't care about the news. I don't work for the news. What I said was this. I said that you went there.
The news prosecute me.
No, forget well, then tell the truth about what happened, and we can clear some of that stuff. If it didn't happen how they're saying it, then let's clear it. But you know what? The only person that can do that is you. Me and this detective right here, we cannot write the story for you. You can do that yourself.
The interrogator goes towards Reed step 4, trying to get the suspect to acknowledge the crime.
So this is the time to do it. Because I know where you've been all day. I know the answer to that. I can sit here and ask you 1,000 questions and know the answer to them. But I don't know exactly how you felt that day that you had to pull the trigger at Sade's house.
Notice how the officer says, had to pull the trigger, as if Markeith had no choice.
That day that you had to pull the trigger at Sade's house.
This is again going on the theme of self-defense or justification.
You did what you did. If you had to defend yourself, that's what it was. But you man up now and clarify for me. My challenge to you is be a man. You were a man that day to do what you had to do.
Again, the officer said, had to do.
You were a man that day to do what you had to do.
Continuing this theme of self-defense and implying his actions were justifiable.
I'm challenging you right now, be a man, okay? Be a man and tell me what happened. Because that's the only way we can clear this shit.
You'll see shortly that the authorities have already done their research on Markeith's personality, as displayed through his social media. One thing they know is that his identity and reputation is a source of pride for him, so they are now going to suggest that not cooperating undermines his manhood.
Forget the news. The news is not here. It's you, I, and him. That's who's here.
You can see the close proximity the officers are sitting to the suspect, and how they have him essentially cornered in the room by the way they're seated surrounding him.
So you're gonna do that? You're gonna man up or what?
Yeah, I said no, I ain't.
Listen, bro. Who pulled the gun on you? Sade or her brother?
We're reverting back to piece step 3, reaffirming the details of the account of the criminal behavior.
Sade put it on me.
When?
What you mean when?
When the brother came out? When?
Before the brother even came out.
You guys were talking outside?
Yeah, we were talking outside when the younger brother got dropped off, all that.
And he went inside?
Come up shooting, that's a fucking lie.
That's not how I wrote it.
Yeah, no, and I broke up with her. If you take the check, if you check the text message.
I did.
I wasn't tripping off her. She the one was tripping. So I'm lying to her saying I want a family with her, which I did, but we can't have with you lying. So other than that, I wasn't tripping about shit. That wasn't me.
Right, so she pulled the gun on you, you had to do, what did you do?
I disowned her.
You took it from her?
Yeah.
And what did you do with her gun?
I put it in my back pocket, but when her brother jumped me, I guess it had to fall out.
It fall out. And when did you take your gun out?
While me and him was tussling.
The older brother, Ronald, right?
Yeah.
You know who was Ronald?
The older brother, yeah.
Okay. Who did you shoot first, him or her?
This is a very loaded question. It presumes that Markeith shot both Sade and her brother, and so he needs to be very careful answering it, as it would be easy to get trapped into affirming he committed the crime. Markeith seems to catch on to this, though.
Man,
Him? Because he was on you?
they know what's going on. I talked to my lawyer because y'all just beat me up, but you want me to talk to you though.
The suspect has invoked his right to an attorney, and at this point, the interview should have stopped until his lawyer arrived. Any statements he made after stating he wants an attorney would potentially be inadmissible. If he voluntarily begins speaking again, the best approach is to re-Mirandize him to clarify he is again waiving his rights after invoking them.
Markeith, I wasn't there. I'm here. I asked for somebody to find you.
They ain't had no business. I ain't got no problem talking. I ain't trying to hide shit I want to do.
And I'm not disrespecting you either. I'm treating you with respect.
It was events that went along before that. I ain't just do no shit like that.
Okay, so fast forward, man. Fast forward. We go through all this stuff. You do what you do. Whatever happened.
I'm over here f***ed up. What you mean fast forward?
No, I'm fast forwarding to last week, 10 days ago.
Markeith, we got to know what happened, okay? We got a grieving family here for a police officer. They want to know what happened. They deserve to know what happened.
The interrogator refers to the grieving family in an attempt to play the morality and conscience cards on the suspect. The police officer that the detective mentioned is Lieutenant Deborah Clayton, 42. This brings us to the second half of Markeith's interrogation. If you were wondering why the tensions between Markeith and law enforcement have been especially high, well, it's all about to become crystal clear. After Markeith fled the scene of Sade and Ronald's shooting, police were working anxiously to track him down. But for a long time, they had no luck. Markeith had somehow managed to slip out of their grasp, and for all they knew, he could be anywhere at this point. Christmas comes and goes, the holiday only a reminder to Sade's loved ones of the happy times they were excited to spend with her, but now will never have the chance to. And then, on January 9th, 2017, at around 6:45 a.m., Markeith walks into a local Walmart. While inside, he approaches a plainclothes loss prevention officer and asks if the store has a restroom other than the one at the front of the store. This was a red flag for the officer, as he suspected Markeith might be trying to conceal something in the bathroom. More than that, he observed that Markeith seemed to be tiptoeing and acting secretive. For someone on the run from the law like Markeith, it seems pretty risky to show your face in such a public and busy store. But maybe he was just desperate and running out of supplies. Maybe he figured that such an early morning visit would be safe, that he could get in and get out without any trouble. What he didn't bet on, however, was Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton entering the store just 15 minutes after he did. As both parties did their shopping, they actually crossed paths a few times. And then at 7:11 a.m., the fugitive and the law woman were actually in the same checkout line, separated only by 2 customers, before Markeith chose to leave this line and go to another to complete his transaction. Up to this point, nobody seemed to have any idea of Markeith's identity, although I'm sure he must have been nervous to be so close to an officer. Clayton finished paying for her groceries and walked out of the store, and I can imagine Markeith breathed a sigh of relief that she hadn't recognized him. But this was just the calm before the storm. Another woman in the store had noticed that there was no cashier working one of the lines, and so she went to customer service to get an employee. As the two return, she notices that a man has since started waiting in that very line, and so she walks up to politely explain that she had been there first. But as soon as she lays eyes on Markeith's face, her pulse begins to race. She recognizes his true identity. Coincidentally, her cousin had apparently been married to Markeith, and although she herself hadn't spoken to the man before, she knows exactly who he is. Not only did she have that personal connection with Markeith, having seen him through Facebook pictures and videos, but by this point he had also been publicly named as a suspect in Sade's murder, and a news release had listed him as armed and dangerous. Sade's parents had even hosted a press conference outside their home to beg the community for help in finding their daughter's killer. As the harrowing realization dawns upon the woman, she snaps her head back down, saying to herself, "Oh that's him." The lady tried to keep calm while exiting the store, but as soon as she was out the door, she spotted Lieutenant Clayton and ran towards her where she was still putting her groceries into her car. The woman frantically alerted Deborah. "Ma'am, there's Markeith Loyd in the store. Y'all are out looking for him for murdering his pregnant girlfriend." Totally caught off guard, but determined to spring into action, Clayton radioed in for backup as Markeith made his way out of the Walmart. Within the next about 10 seconds, other shoppers were running and ducking for cover. What we know about what happened here comes from multiple witness accounts. They say Clayton approached Markeith as he was leaving the store and told him to stop and to get on the ground. They claim that Markeith went like he was going to run and then turned around and pulled his gun out. Clayton made one final radio transmission. Foot pursuit, and then officers on the other end heard 3 gunshots followed by complete silence. About 1 minute later, they received a call that an officer was down. One Walmart employee claims to have witnessed the entire scene. She says she had just clocked out when she noticed the concerned shopper approaching Lieutenant Clayton about Markeith's presence. She could do nothing but watch as the situation intensified in the blink of an eye. She says she found herself sitting by Clayton's side and praying for her as she bled out on the ground from 4 gunshot wounds. This employee alleges that Markeith walked up to Clayton after she fell and shot her some more, even though she laments he could have fled after landing a bullet in her hip. This witness later lamented, "He wanted to finish her off. He just has hatred in his heart. I'm sorry." According to this woman, Markeith calmly turned around, walked to his car, started it up, and took off as Clayton lay taking her final breaths. Additional officers arrived within 28 seconds, but it was too late. Clayton was down, and Markeith was gone.
You know Sergeant Clayton was good people, okay?
I don't know her.
You know what she is.
Once it's revealed that Markeith shot and killed a fellow officer, the earlier behavior of the officers makes sense. Police form a brotherhood or sisterhood with each other, and when one of them is shot, the case is personal to them. Conversely, cop killers are often looked up to on the streets and in prison.
You guys went to the same school. You guys came from the same neighborhood. You know she was good people. Tell us what happened with her. Did she draw down on you first? What happened?
Y'all know she drew down on me first.
The interrogator returns to trying to get Markeith's account of events as per Peace Step 3.
No, we don't. You're the only one there. Tell us what happened.
Man, y'all know
she draw down, and did she fire the first shot at you?
The officers proposed that the sergeant drew down on him first to get him to discuss the shooting and give him a false sense of justification for his actions.
Y'all know she draw down on me first.
Why is she shooting at you?
In front of everybody. That wasn't professional. If I was police officer, I'd have sat back and got, she started calling back up, I'd have waited down and followed the car, see what car he got in. That shit was dangerous for everybody.
Markeith is trying to shift blame from himself onto Lieutenant Clayton when he says that she should have waited for backup and that she wasn't being professional. He's failing to take responsibility for his actions.
So she came at you? I mean, we don't know this. This is why we need you to tell us.
She came at me.
For what? What'd she do when she came at you?
She pulled a gun on me. Y'all know she came at me.
Okay, we didn't know that she pulled a gun first. This is what kind of stuff we need to know.
CPR was performed on the fallen officer, and she was quickly transported to the hospital. About 5 minutes later, the Orange County Sheriff's Office captain sees a vehicle matching the description of Markeith's and follows it into an apartment complex, where Markeith allegedly steps out of the dark car and fires 2 shots towards the officer's unmarked Ford Explorer. Nobody was harmed, but 3 minutes later, a man called 911 to report that a man believed to be Markeith had carjacked him at gunpoint and then driven his vehicle through a fence. 10 minutes after that call, Clayton was pronounced dead. After 17 years in service at the Orlando Police Department, her career came down to those pivotal few seconds where her life was tragically cut short far too soon.
Damn.
Unfortunately, before the Orlando PD had even had time to process their beloved comrade's passing, there would be yet another casualty in this hunt. When just before 10 a.m., a motorcycle deputy responding to the search for Markeith was fatally struck by a van.
Damn.
That morning, 17 schools in the county were placed on lockdown as the chaos unfolded.
Huh? Yeah? You want me to take it out? Oh, well, I just put it in there. My bad. No, you never gave one.
A news conference is held alerting the public of the deaths and the search for Markeith. One sheriff calls the day one of the worst in his career, and the award for information leading to Markeith's arrest is increased to $60,000. Authorities focus their search on an apartment complex called Brookside, employing a heavy force of police officers and even armed SWAT members. But eventually, they have to call it off and let residents back into their homes, as Markeith is nowhere to be found. It turns out that Markeith was very active on his internet accounts, often sharing updates of his daily life, including a Facebook Live video in November with Sade, where the couple rubbed her pregnant belly and talked about the baby kicking. The pair posted lots of videos together, documenting trips to the mall, OBGYN visits, or home cooking sessions. But the inflammatory statuses that the detectives are most interested in include one from 2 weeks before Sade's death, when Markeith posted, "Goals to be on America's Most Wanted." He also shared another update just a couple of days before Sade would die at his hands. This one read, "Orlando, Florida, when you talk about street legends, mention me." The couple also broadcasted a Facebook live stream where Sade recorded as the two were pulled over in a traffic stop. Markeith was let go with a warning, but he and Sade went on to make jokes about killing the officer. Just an interesting side note, Markeith's then 19-year-old son was actually behind bars at this time, and during a visit with his mother, he found out about his dad's situation.
My daddy was on the news.
For what?
For killing that girl. One of his girlfriends.
The police too?
He killed the police too?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? I knew he was gonna start doing that. Where?
Walmart.
He got away?
Yes.
Figured that too. He just can't kill people police in Walmart. He gotta do it smarter than that.
Smart. No smart way to get that.
Love your enemies, all type of stuff.
Yeah, you gotta break that curse. You was alright till you started dealing with that.
I got kicked out of school when he got out of jail and everything. I ain't gonna blame him for that.
It's sad to see that the boy was already going down a similarly bad path in life. Meanwhile, after another fruitless search and the FBI Most Wanted Twitter account posting Markeith's photo for the world to see, the reward in this case was raised to $100,000, which is the biggest reward Crime Line has ever received. 3 people are arrested in connection with the search, believed to be accomplices who helped Markeith in some way or know information about his whereabouts. Police scour more than 100 locations and expand the search to a neighboring county where Markeith has family. They start receiving tips that he may have shaved his head, and so they release a digitally altered picture of him to cover all their bases.
Damn.
On January 17th, Markeith is added to the U.S. Marshals 15 Most Wanted list. Everyone can feel that this hunt is reaching a climax, and it is later that very same evening they find him. It wasn't a tip that led investigators to Markeith, though. It was his phone. They were able to trace him through pings when he texted people. He's all alone at an abandoned house in Carver Shores. Police aren't sure how long he was hiding out there. When they first arrive, Markeith tries to sneak out through a sliding glass door, but is met with Orlando police officers. He was observed dropping 2 handguns from the window as commanded by law enforcement. He then complied with further instructions and crawled on his stomach from the entry door to awaiting officers, where he was placed under arrest. Loyd was wearing an American Body Armor Level 3A bullet-resistant vest at the time of his arrest, rated to stop all handgun ammunition commonly used by law enforcement. A helicopter captured this harrowing footage of those tense moments. Even though officers had a million things on their mind at this point, there was one specific thing they made sure to do during this long-awaited arrest. Remember when the man in the interrogation footage asked if Deborah's cuffs were on Markeith? They indeed were. Orlando Police Chief John Mina explained that this is a tradition in law enforcement that goes back many years, and putting the handcuffs of a fallen officer on the criminal they were killed trying to catch is significant to the family as well as the colleagues of the deceased officer. Many people have inferred that this is one of the reasons why the officers around Markeith before and during his interrogation seemed so reluctant to loosen his cuffs, and it's not hard to see why that would be exactly the case. However, did law enforcement let their anger over Deborah's death go too far? What we'll discuss next has become one of the most controversial points of this case. Markeith claims that the officers beat him up during the arrest. In the helicopter video, we can see what appears to be an officer kicking Markeith in the head while he's on the ground before the video rapidly pans away. The way that Markeith may have been treated by police when he was arrested could have contributed to his unwillingness to cooperate with the detectives when he is being questioned. We can also observe in the interrogation footage how incredibly roughed up Markeith is, and he repeatedly brings up the fact that he doesn't want to cooperate with the police after they allegedly beat him up.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
Fuck off.
She pulled a gun on you, then what?
Man, I need to rest. I need to be better, man.
This is your opportunity. Markeith, this is your opportunity. Everyone's been saying all these things about you. This is your opportunity to set the story straight.
I just talked to y'all because I ain't tripping.
Well, okay, well, if you ain't tripping, man, it's like this, man.
No, because y'all don't fucking fuck me up. Y'all ain't
Markeith, we are not the ones that messed you up, okay? We're the ones giving you the opportunity to tell the truth about what happened between you and Sergeant Clayton.
No, Markeith, let me ask you this.
Trying to talk apart.
Okay, hey, Markeith.
We shot they let her turn me in.
Markeith, check me out. No, Markeith, check me out. You worry about how you feeling right now, okay? Well, tell me something, man. What goes through your mind when you think about your baby in that belly and not living anymore? That baby died because of the actions that happened that day.
They're playing the guilty conscience / morality card again. The death of the unborn child. He is trying to evoke remorse for Markeith in order to get a clear admission of guilt.
So you worry about you, that's gonna heal. That you might get a scar. You know what? In 3 days you'll be eating fine. That baby is dead. If Sade deserved it, then you tell me she deserved it.
I got a hole for big mouth.
But you cannot tell me that Sergeant Clayton deserved what happened to her.
Oh.
You're tired, I know that. You've been running for a long time. You're not eating right, you're not sleeping right.
Then they lock my family, my people down. Somebody helping me. I'm about trying to buy my own food out of Walmart.
Well, that's what they said.
Let's Markeith, this is about getting the truth out right now as to what happened between you and Sergeant Clayton, okay? We need to know if Sergeant Clayton pulled that gun on you first. We need to know if you felt threatened, if you did what you had to do. Tell us what happened.
Yes, she pulled a gun on.
The officer again says, "We need to know if you did what you had to do," in reference to shooting the sergeant. He's trying to once again get Markeith to talk by making it seem like he had justification. In reality, even if the sergeant pulled a gun on him first or threatened him, she had cause to do so, and him shooting her in this instance has no legal defense.
Fact.
Florida statute section 776.051 provides the law relating to use of force in resisting an arrest. A person is not justified in the use or threatened use of force to resist an arrest by a law enforcement officer or to resist a law enforcement officer who is engaged in the execution of a legal duty if the law enforcement officer was acting in good faith and he or she is known or reasonably appears to be a law enforcement officer.
Did she threaten you?
Yes, she pulled a gun on me. I know she pulled a gun on me. I got the tape.
And is that why you did what you had to do?
Yeah.
So tell us what happened. If you're threatened, tell us what happened.
The interrogator shifts back to read step 2 here, shifting the blame away from the suspect directly in the hopes that this will encourage him to talk.
Man, I ain't got to talk, man. I'll talk to my lawyer and let him talk to y'all.
Again, Markeith invokes his right to an attorney. The police continue to question him despite his unequivocal invocation. The statements he makes are at risk of being inadmissible.
When exactly were you being This is your opportunity, Markeith.
This ain't my opportunity. You don't see me. You don't see how my blood over here.
That blood will heal. Those wounds are going to heal. Okay?
Ain't no nigga, I can't even open my eye.
That will heal. All of that is going to heal. What happened with Sergeant Clayton, that's a whole different story. Okay? Did she come at you and threaten you? Did you have to do what you had to do? Tell us why you did what you did. Was she threatening you when she was on the ground? When she's on her back and you're shooting her, were you feeling threatened?
She was shooting the whole time.
She's shooting at you while she's on her back?
She was shooting.
How can she shoot at you from her back?
I'm on the ground and shoot from the ground too. They lay on the ground on me and shit.
Okay, so she's on her back, she's shooting at you. Is that why you're shooting at her? Is that why?
The interrogator is not getting answers to his questions. All of the questions so far are leading questions. In other words, attempting to lead the suspect towards a given answer that the interrogators want to hear.
Man, y'all give me some medical attention.
Markeith, these are simple questions. She's on her back shooting at you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, and I ain't got.
Tell us what's happening when she's on her back shooting at you. Tell us what's happening from there. Is that why you shot at her while she's on her back?
I ain't poked nobody. I ain't did shit to nobody.
She's shot. She's on her back while she's being shot, Markeith. There's only one reason why you're doing this. Okay?
I'm defending myself.
You're defending yourself against her? Why didn't you just run? You had the opportunity to run. You had the opportunity to fight.
No,
you had all kinds of opportunities. You chose to shoot. Why did you choose to shoot?
I had no opportunity to run.
You telling me you can't outrun her? You can't outrun a female with 30, 40 pounds of gear on her? You're going to try and tell us you couldn't outrun her? Markeith, why did you choose to shoot instead of run?
When the interrogator asks, why did you choose to shoot instead of run? This is a great question because it goes to intent to commit the crime and would play a meaningful role in whether the crime is viewed as premeditated as opposed to something lesser, like manslaughter.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Markeith, why did you choose to shoot instead of run?
I ain't shooting none. Why she choose to approach me instead of follow the car? When he was standing there, she put all on.
What difference would it have made whether she approaches you or 10 police officers shoot you?
Because it would have made a difference because the car would have been surrounded and the situation could have came out.
You saying you can't help yourself and that's why you had to shoot?
Man, you saying that now?
Then tell us what happened. You're not telling us anything.
Now we're finna finish talking because you're trying to put words.
No. Tell us what happened. That's the question.
The interrogator starts to put pressure on Markeith in a way that would make him feel like if he doesn't speak up for himself and tell his version of the story, then someone else will fill in the holes for him. He's still deep in the read technique. Markeith doesn't budge.
Man, y'all give me some.
She came up, she came to talk to you. You pulled a gun. You had the opportunity. Then tell us. We don't know.
That's a damn lie.
Then tell us what happened.
I gotta tell you because now you're trying to put words in my goddamn
I'm trying to ask you to put your own words out there.
I ain't trying to put words in my mouth.
Just like you chose to shoot, just instead of run, just like you chose to shoot instead of fight. You obviously can't run, you can't shoot, you can't fight.
All right, well, what you talking for then?
Then tell us what happened, Markeith.
You say the insult, brother.
All right, Markeith, let me ask you this, man. If you start, look, okay, we're gonna get you medical attention. Come, get medical attention, okay?
It doesn't appear that the interrogator is actually motioning to any real people back there. Likely, he is just faking it to appease Markeith.
All right. Start me from the morning. What happened from the morning? As soon as you went in there, hear me out. As soon as you went in there to buy your food, what happened? Tell me your story in your own words, from the beginning to the end. And then we don't have to put any words in your mouth.
The officer tries once again to establish trust and a timeline here, and gives the suspect a chance to start from the beginning, to tell them what happened in his own words.
Markeith, you went to Walmart.
All y'all been doing is lying. I ain't trying to talk. All y'all been doing is lying. Y'all lot of people talking about they helping. How they helping me? I'm in Walmart buying my own damn food.
Tell your story then. You went to buy your own food.
Because y'all know they went because y'all made up.
Then you tell me the story.
Y'all making up shit, bro.
I don't have to make up anything if you tell me the story.
Markeith, we either hear it from you or we hear it from the people that saw what you did. We hear it from you, or we have to just basically see what the video says. All that's saying one thing. Here's your opportunity to say what happened. Where are you coming from?
I need medical attention. I can't.
Medical attention is coming.
I can't open my eye. Ain't no medical attention coming. Y'all bullshit. Why they can't yet?
The officers display their true disdain for the suspect here, and clearly aren't concerned whatsoever about his physical well-being. This is not surprising, knowing that he shot one of their own, and also because the injuries were sustained while being arrested by their colleagues.
Y'all been saying that. Come on, man.
You don't need to open your eyes, Markeith. You need to open your mouth.
No.
Okay?
You fuck out my mouth. My face going about your business. I don't need to open my eye, open my mouth. What do you think you talking to, brother?
The pushy and straightforward approach got a rise out of Markeith, But will it get detectives any closer to their goal?
Markeith, this is the opportunity that we're talking about. This is the interaction you obviously had with Sergeant Clayton. Sergeant Clayton attempted to do the right thing with you, and you chose to do what you did.
Go on about your business, brother.
She tried to do the right thing, you did what you did.
You said what you want to say. Go on about your business, brother.
Until we hear different, we gotta go with what everyone's telling us.
We gonna stop at, I say, that hour mark.
We gotta see that basically you gunned her down for no reason. You gunned down a police officer because basically you're too scared to run.
Don't know about your business, brother.
In this case, it seems that provoking Markeith has only caused him to shut down completely. The interrogator reverts back to read step 1.
Until we hear different from you, that's the only option we see out there. We see you gunning down a police officer while she's on her back. Tell us something different.
What did you shoot at the other police officer over there when you ran from your car? Markeith, man, I'm trying to give you the respect that you probably don't ever deserve.
The interrogator continues to refer to treating the suspect with respect. This is a falsehood, as there is probably no medical support coming at this point. The appeal is to respect, manhood, to gain the trust of the suspect. However, as you'll see, this backfires shortly.
Why don't you just tell me, bro?
How I don't deserve him? I'm a man just like you.
Well, then treat me like it, man. I'm treating you like a man, but you're not treating me like a man. You're not even looking at me, man. You can't even talk to me, bro. Talk to me, man.
You know what your fellow officers did? Come on, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. My mother can't look at you. Give me some medical attention.
It's coming, bro. I already asked for it. It's coming.
She ain't came yet.
It's coming. Markeith, why did you shoot at the other officer? What did he do to you to make you shoot at him? Did he come at you wrong too? I mean, you gotta tell me something, man.
Man, y'all got me here. I'm in pain. I'm under duress, and y'all just in here just trying to drug me. I ain't got something to tell y'all. I'm under
This
duress.
is what we're trying to figure out. Are these officers threatening you?
Man,
Are you taking these actions because officers are threatening you?
I'm under duress and I'm in pain. Y'all gonna beat me up. I'm bleeding to death over here. I'm under duress and I'm in pain. Spit coming out my swallow, spit coming out air, blood coming out air. Well, I'm under duress and y'all here questioning me, and I'm under duress and I'm in pain. I'm hurting.
Those two things ain't gonna change, Markeith. Your pain ain't gonna change for any time soon, whether medical attention sees you or not. The duress, whatever, okay? All we hear is that these people are threatening you, and you stood up for yourself.
Markeith keeps emphasizing how he is under duress. Duress is defined as the act of using forced coercion, threats, or psychological pressure to get someone to act against their wishes. Apparently, a person acting under duress is not seen as acting of their own free will, and so may be treated accordingly in court proceedings. By saying this, Markeith is trying to throw the validity of the interrogation into question. Though given the cameras recording the suspect and the interrogators, there is technically no duress here in a legal sense. This raises an interesting question, though. Watching this footage and knowing the context of what Markeith has done doesn't exactly make you sympathetic to him. But if everyone is truly innocent until proven guilty, then do you think all criminals who have been badly beaten or injured should be given medical attention before any questioning?
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Yes.
Okay? We just want to
Without a fucking doubt, nigga.
know how a police officer on her back trying to do her job is threatening you. Why you had to take that action that you did versus all the other options that you had. You had other options. Why did you choose the option you chose? That's the simple question.
So what you said here is you gonna question me while I'm in pain.
Can you tell us if the deputy was threatening you at the Highland Oaks? Can you tell us why you had to shoot at him? Markeith.
Tactics so far haven't been working, and so the interrogators will now try to rile Markeith up.
You've led nothing but a gutless life, man. You've shot at all your women. Sade ain't the first woman you shot, okay? You've had a gutless life. This is your one opportunity to show some sort of, show that you're a man.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I'm gonna use your words, Markeith. I'm gonna use your words, and you listen to me real carefully, man. You know what you said? You wanted to be America's Most Wanted.
Leaning in towards the suspect makes the contact more intimate and less avoidable by closing the distance.
You were legendary.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking to you man to man right now. You know what a legendary motherfucker does? He freaking steps on his 2 feet and he freaking stands up and says, "This is what I did." You want people to respect you and fear you.
Cause I was just on the motherfucking phone telling the one call that I was gonna get shot. They dead and they turned me in so they can get the reward.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's after the fact.
Although attacking Markeith's character has spurred him to talk and defend himself, he's still not giving the information they're looking for. He instead claims that he was going to let Shaday's father turn him in so that her 2 young boys, ages 2 and 8, could get the reward money.
I'm talking about you talking about being America's Most Wanted. What do you mean by that?
You don't know me.
Oh, you talking about being legendary. What is that about?
About me standing up for myself.
Standing up for yourself?
Anything. Y'all police kill our kids with their hands up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you talking about.
You killed a baby, man.
Police killing our kids with their hands up.
You killed a baby.
That wasn't me.
You killed a baby. So don't even judge me on that.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you.
No.
Oh, that's legendary. That's a real man.
That wasn't even meant to happen.
That was meant to happen, but it happened.
No, it wasn't meant to happen.
But it happened.
Yeah, but I ain't jumping on nobody.
Huh?
I ain't jumping on nobody. Somebody jumped on me.
Somebody jumped on you. You're a grown-ass man. We're talking about a baby, 3-month-old baby, in the belly.
I'm talking about no baby, because there wasn't no baby that jumped on me. So what you talking about?
I'm talking about the baby you killed, man.
All right, brother.
You see what I'm saying? So it's okay for you to talk tough, but when I talk tough to you, you want to backpedal, man.
Yeah, you ain't talking tough. You just trying to talk to get me to talk, but I ain't trying to.
I ain't trying to get you to talk, man. You either tell the truth or you don't, man, because your word is your bond.
Markeith clearly has experience with law enforcement and, on some level, understands the tactics the officers are using. He appears to know that talking to them is not in his best interest. Neither party has respect for the other, nor does either want to help the other in any way.
You either act like grown-ass man right now, or you put your head between your knees, man. You got 2 options, bro. You got 2 options. Because I'm not the one saying you're a coward for killing a woman with a baby in her belly. I'm not the one saying that. Your people are saying that.
The interrogator is slipping into read step 5. This step comes into play when a suspect becomes distracted or withdrawn, often by ruminating on their potential punishment, and starts to tune out instead of focusing their attention on the interrogator's desired topic. He's trying to keep Markeith receptive to the conversation. Markeith then gets quiet, but offers no emotional reaction of note. Interestingly, the interrogator does not really pose the alternative use in read step 7. This would entail presenting 2 choices for why the crime was committed, both assuming his guilt, but one being more justifiable and understandable. Many suspects believe that latching on to the more morally acceptable answer will result in a less harsh punishment. But the truth is that both options are incriminating.
You ran for 30 days plus, but we found you. So at the end, you weren't that smart after all. But you know why, Markeith? You know why, Markeith? You done your time, man. You done a long, long time. You know the system in and out. And you get to live for as long as you want to live. When God says this is your last day, that's your last day. But Sergeant Plain didn't have that opportunity because you made that choice for her. Sade and that baby, they didn't have that opportunity because you made that choice for them. Luckily, her brother lived.
I ain't made.
Bro, your actions, man. I'm talking about your actions. And then you wrong because you don't want to face reality, bro.
I ain't gonna get no motherfucking gun. I ain't made shit. I ain't jumping nobody. I ain't made shit, so you can kill that.
Some researchers have posited that the moment an interrogation turns into an argument, it fails. After being granted access to over 1,000 hours of interrogation tapes, one team asserted, "You need to remember what your purpose in that room is. You're seeking information. You're not there to speak on behalf of the victims or the police. You might feel better for getting angry, but down the road is retribution. If you find yourself having a go at someone, ask yourself, what am I achieving by this? Because they will stop talking to you." This is an interesting perspective to keep in mind as Markeith's interrogation goes on.
Tell me the reason why. You killed that baby. Tell me the reason why. You shot Ronald right straight in the chest. You tell me the reason why.
As the interrogation goes on, Markeith starts rocking back and forth slightly. This is a self-soothing behavior that sometimes comes out during extremely stressful situations.
You defending yourself? Then tell me the whole story and I'll listen. You shot Sergeant Clayton because she threatened you. She's giving you commands to stop, and you kill her because she pulls a gun on you. That's her job. That's your option. That's your choice. So you a badass, man, when you do your thing, but you can't even face me and talk to me about it. Because there's no way in hell that you can believe your own words, man.
Markeith putting his face down on the table shows that he is further disengaging from the questioning.
What about that other cop? Because he got behind you, you got the option of shooting at him? Luckily he didn't die. You know what we told you, Mom? That we didn't want to hurt you, man. We didn't want to kill you. We wanted you to face justice, and here you are alive.
Y'all been trying to kill me, that's what you talking about.
You are here alive, man.
And y'all done framed murder on me already and everything, and y'all don't want to kill this motherfucker city been trying to kill me.
So did we frame Sade's murder too?
Y'all done framed murder on me before.
Did we frame Sade's murder on you?
No, but y'all must let the motherfucker know.
Did we frame the baby murder on you too?
Y'all was with that.
Huh? Did we frame Sergeant Clayton's murder on you?
Y'all was with that.
Oh, you can't say that though, right?
Y'all let new people lie.
So you're the victim here now.
Like I just came right there and just went to
You're the victim here now.
That's the code.
Tell me that.
That's the code, brother. Like, you fucking around with victim to y'all lies.
Tell me you're a victim and I'll give you a freaking hug. Because that's what you sound like right now.